I get assault them.
Wow. So Tyler Perry, guys, is allegedly running some kind of ring where multiple men and Tyler allegedly bring these actors and do things to them in some kind of hazing process. Because another person has come out and spoken about Tyler Perry and people around him. His story seems to be more in depth.
And I'm not about to sit here and be afraid and be silenced by people knowingly they did me wrong. I'm calling out Tyler Perry Studios. I'm calling out Mark Swinton. I'm calling out Jeannie Harrison. I'm calling out Michael Robbins. I'm calling out Tyler Perry. And I'm calling out Mark Temple. And I'm calling out Chris Giovanni. I want you guys to know what you guys did to me was very unlawful. And me being a retired vet, U.S. Army vet, going through post-traumatic stress disorder, going through mood, depressions, everything that I have claimed in my testimony. You all covered it up. You all covered up a felony crime of what Mark Swinton has done to me. I've asked for help from the California State Bar to complain to Jeannie Harrison because she didn't tell me my California rights as a U.S. Army veteran and a California LA resident. I'm sitting here looking on the news. This kid named Derek Dixon is getting unlimited jurisdiction quid pro as an LA resident, right? His incident happened in 2020 in Georgia in an employment place. He said he had a sexual harassment, and he was groped by Tyler Perry in Georgia as an employment place. But he's an LA resident. All right, y'all tracking what I'm saying? 2022, my incident. I get assaulted, drugged.
Wow. Straight up like that. Damn.
Blacked out. That's a felony crime. And it happened in Georgia.
Talking about somebody called Mark E. Swinton, who is basically the right-hand man of Tyler Perry, and he is accusing this man of essaying him in a very gruesome manner, and then also Tyler, sending him an NDA, and he publicizes the NDA as well. So the first time I met Mark, I booked a 16 episode on Ruthless, playing the role Belle with the help of Cindy Butler. Call with him, letting me know how much they love my self-tape, and I did my self-tape at North Hollywood at the Creation Studios. They booked me on a fast class ticket from LA to Atlanta. I had a driver waiting on me at the Atlanta airport. So when it was time for me to come on set, November 7, 2019, they took pictures of me in a wardrobe and a wig. And then when I was about to work, Mark Swinton calls me into his office, letting me know that they were sending me back home and letting me know I had a 17-year-old face, but I had a man's body. And I took it as per a professional manner. And when I did, Mark said he was impressed how I handled it well and said he will promise me a role in the future. Then 2 years later, we stayed in contact and he booked me for...
Is he accusing Andre Harrell too? Andre like, hey, why am I in this? Or was that not Andre Harrell?
Cult member on the Oval on October 19, 2021. And TBS flew me out, Tyler Perry Studios, from LAX to Atlanta. He continues to discuss. He got his COVID test that, he could hang out. And I didn't think anything of it because this guy was very powerful. I was like honored he would want to hang out with me. And I was like someone that was coming up in the business.
All right, that's not Andre Harrell, my bad.
And he continues to text me and ask me where I'm at. And this person was basically talking about how he was in a relationship with a girl. And, Edward was basically asking, what are you doing with this girl in the relationship? Then he would say he may stop by and buy me a drink. And he did. He bought me a drink and he got himself a drink and my girlfriend. And then me and him walked outside and he was telling me about what Tyler Perry does at his Bahamas island with his male actors and female actors. And they all have sex with each other.
Right.
Island.
Where have we heard this before?
Here we go again.
Yo, bring out them Epstein tapes. Let's get them records. Let's get them Epstein files. Not the tapes. Well, hold on. Whoa, not the tapes. But I'm just saying, bring out them files, man. Let's see who on it. You think it's a reason them files ain't come out yet?
And he kept repeating to me that when he flew me out to Atlanta on January 6th of 2022, then November 4th, 2021, 10:54 a.m. Okay, dates. He would ask me how did my performance go on set, and he said Tyler said I did an incredible job, and then text me on November 4th, you have plans tonight, we can hang out at my crib tonight, and you can keep your original flight back. And I thought it was crazy that he would want me to hang out at his crib, and I'm just an actor. I thought I was building a great relationship with someone that could change my career. On January 5th, 2022, that's my birthday, Mark texted me wanting to see me again and asking my name and date of birth and booked me a flight back to Atlanta. When asking what kind of liquor I like, and I said Don Julio 1942 and picking at steakhouse he'd think I would like, letting me know that he is at S3 terminal and letting me know that he is parked up at the cell phone lot and drives around to pick me up at arrivals. I saw him in his Mercedes G-Wagon and he told me we were headed to Marcel Steakhouse. Whilst we are driving, Tyler Perry calls him and telling me to be quiet, and he has him on speaker, basically saying things about other actors and calling them annoying and bad-mouthing other crew members. Then we get to the Marcel Steakhouse in Buckhead and told me I can get anything I want. Whilst I'm drinking my first drink, he orders me more drinks and more drinks, and I ordered 3 drinks straight on the rocks. And then I'm talking about my career, but he didn't seem interested in that. He kept telling me how handsome I am, and then when we leave the restaurant, he takes me back to his crib and showing me his 250,000 painting. And of course, this guy was thinking, wow, I can't believe I'm in his house. I'm paraphrasing some of these guys. And he made me drink for more, and I was drinking with him, and then I started feeling weird at this point already when I had another drink. Because we went to his movie theater and we were watching a movie, and I don't remember half of the things he was talking about. All I remember is that he took me upstairs, up to his room, and he had another room and watching another movie, and he gave me another drink and felt extra unbalanced. I felt tranquilized, and I know he put something in my drink, and he started to try to kiss my neck and kiss me, and I told him to stop, and he told me, no, it's okay, and I got you, don't worry, come into my room. I couldn't move at all. I felt like my whole body was paralyzed, and then he started taking my clothes off and turning me around, and I couldn't move, and started putting Vaseline on my behind area and started driving his front area into my behind area, penetrating me, and I couldn't move, and I couldn't get him off me, and I started hurting, and then I blacked.
Now, he's not accusing Tyler. He's accusing Tyler's homeboy. Wow. It's crazy.
And I don't remember what else he did to me.
Allegedly. All allegations. Allegations. Definitely everything I said. Allegations.
That. And I woke up the next morning and he told me he sent me 6,000 on Apple Pay to keep quiet about everything, and I was lost for words and I was extremely bad and embarrassed. I told him I need to take a shower, and I noticed I was wiping myself in the shower and I had Vaseline on me and blood mixed together, Lord have mercy, on the washcloth, and I was breaking down crying in the shower and I didn't know what to do. I came to realization that I was R-worded by Mark E. Swinton, and I was afraid to speak up about the situation for 2 years because I thought I was going to be blackballed from Hollywood. I left his crib and got me a hotel in Buckhead, and going through this dramatic experience, it made my PT.
Dude, you already got blackballed from Hollywood. What are you talking about? And that's what I'm saying. I said same stuff. I didn't want to tell I was afraid about my career. Man, fuck that career. Look what just happened. If this is true, allegations. I don't know. Here we go.
Made my PTSD worse, and my mental health was worse since I'm a retired veteran in the army. I couldn't live life the way I wanted to. I was basically homeless and I was house hopping. I kept in contact with Mark and stay on his good side because I was scared Mark could ruin my acting career. But I wanted to report him for so long.
What? Nobody can say how they would react in such a situation. Most men can't even imagine themselves in this situation. What I can say is I sincerely doubt that I would have kept in touch with this nigga. I can say that. I tell you, I would not have done that. That's for goddamn sure.
Seen a psychiatrist at the VA to talk to someone, but I told him I was not happy and I couldn't live my life accordingly. And the VA kept changing my doctor every 6 months, but I didn't have the funds to obviously afford this. He can't live through this burden, and it's basically eating him alive. That's Tyler Perry's right-hand man.
And my thing is, like, if you wasn't going like handle it yourself, would it have been better like to just anonymously go to the police? If you're not going to just, like I said, take it to the grave and live with the shame, it seems like you would anonymously go to the police. I don't know, man. This is I don't even know if that's a possibility. This is crazy, man. Yo, Cat Williams never lie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Here we go.
As a LA resident. So, if you guys don't know the laws in Georgia, this is what they put against me. They said I had a 2 years of a statute of limitation. I got 5 months late. Now, let's go back to Derek Dixon. 2020. Same incident, but just a different, he has sexual harassment. That's way before statute of limitation, right? 2 years, right? That's what? 5 years? And he gets a lawsuit with his attorney, Jonathan Delshad. Jonathan Delshad gets him a $260 million lawsuit. And it's all over TMZ, it's all over Fox, it's all over every news outlet that you can name of. Right? Every news outlet. But my civil attorney. Now let's go on a story how all this stuff happened to me ever since I came out with my first video. Right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, Mr. TP, I'm not afraid of none of y'all. I'm not afraid of none of your lawyers. I'm not even part of this business, entertainment business anymore. You're gonna get exposed. Me being with Yahweh Elohim, Yahshua the Messiah, I am covered. And I'm about to expose every demon that is literally possessing you right now. I met a guy who's my manager named Chris Giovanni. Now, I was, I had an agent out in Atlanta. Her name is Joy Purvis. Everybody knows Jake Purvis, of course, and I told her I was going to go to this guy named Chris Giovanni. And Joy told me, "Oh no, you shouldn't go to him. He's a bad guy. He's not going to be the right manager for you." So I'll say this: I meet Chris, I get signed. He wanted to have dinner. He wanted to meet up at Mama Shelter in Los Angeles. Mama Shelter is closed right now. It's closed down, but that's where me and him met up at, and we had a conversation. So I told him about my situation. Like, I was just telling him what I went through. And, I went through the whole Tyler Perry situation with Mark Swinton and what he did to me, paying me $6,000 to shut the hell up, to not ruin my career, his career, or anything.
For a grape, that wouldn't have been nowhere near enough. But, I'm not trying to judge that man. I'm just saying.
Like that. And, I told him about the situation I went through, me being sexually assaulted. And he told me, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I had the same client that went through that. And all my clients who are working with Tyler, they're going through a lot of stress. And people are taking advantage of his clients. Even a female lead right now, I think her name is Melissa, who's on Ruthless, is saying the same thing, that she's ready to leave Tyler Perry too. But that's another side of the story. I'm not even talking about that right now. He was the one that kind of orchestrated everything and told me, "I think you need to report this. I think you need to say something." Because I've been holding on for this for 2 years. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who to go to.
Brother, just like we say to the women, let it out. Let it out. Especially if you want justice. Unless you're going to take it to the grave and be like, "Look, I'm not going to talk about this." But if you want justice, you got to let it out, man.